Jamaica. The name alone brings to mind reggae beats, golden beaches, and record-breaking sprinters. But what if I told you there's a whole other side to this island, one that most people never see? A land where blue mountains scrape the sky, hummingbirds shimmer like living gems, and churches outnumber fast food joints. A place where warrior queens rewrote history, forests hide species found nowhere else on Earth, and ancient resistance still echoes through maroon communities. This is Jamaica beyond the postcards. In this video, we're uncovering 15 mind-blowing facts that will completely change the way you see this legendary island. Some visuals may be representative, but the stories? 100% real. And if you've lived it, seen it, or know more than I do, drop a comment. I read every single one. Let's get into it. Number 13. Alia Atkinson, Jamaica's swimming trailblazer. When the world thinks of Jamaican athletes, sprinters usually come to mind. But in 2014, a new kind of record breaker made waves, not on the track, but in the pool. Meet Alia Atkinson, the Jamaican swimmer who shattered records in history when she became the first black woman to win a world swimming title, taking gold in the 100-meter breaststroke at the final World Championships. Her achievement was groundbreaking, challenging stereotypes in a sport where black athletes, especially women, are underrepresented and Caribbean nations rarely dominate. Alia's journey began in Kingston, where she learned to swim as a child. Despite limited facilities and resources compared to powerhouse nations, she trained with unmatched focus and passion. Her rise through the ranks was steady and unstoppable, eventually earning her national, regional, and even world records. More than just medals, Alia brought attention to Jamaica's emerging swimming programs, inspiring a new generation of swimmers and prompting increased investment in the sport. Number 12. Jamaica, the land of 1,000 churches. In every Jamaican town, village, or hillside, you'll find a familiar and powerful symbol: the church. Big or small, simple or ornate, these houses of worship the landscape in astonishing numbers. In fact, Jamaica holds the world record for the most churches per square mile, with over 1,600 churches spread across the island. This remarkable density isn't just a statistic, it's a reflection of Jamaica's deep spiritual roots. From towering Anglican cathedrals to modest wooden chapels and vibrant Pentecostal tents, each building carries its own story of faith, migration, and endurance. On Sunday mornings, towns come alive with gospel choirs, ringing church bells, and voices raised in prayer. But these churches do more than hold sermons. They serve as community centers, schools, and safe havens during crises. Many trace their heritage back through African, European, and indigenous influences, a blend that mirrors Jamaica's multicultural soul. Denominations span the spectrum, yet they all reflect a shared belief in hope, healing, and unity. Number 11. The Blue and John Crow Mountains, a UNESCO treasure. In 2015, the world officially recognized what Jamaicans have always known. The Blue and John Crow Mountains are a global treasure. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this spectacular region combines ecological diversity with deep cultural significance. The mountains are home to hundreds of rare and endemic species, including the endangered giant swallowtail butterfly, one of the largest in the world, and over 24 bird species found nowhere else on Earth. Thick forests, cascading waterfalls, and rugged cliffs form a breathtaking wilderness teeming with life. But the land holds more than just biodiversity, it holds history. These peaks once served as the last stronghold of the Maroons, who resisted colonial rule and preserved African traditions in secret mountain sanctuaries. Ancient footpaths still weave through the mist, connecting modern hikers to the paths once walked by warriors and freedom seekers. Today, visitors can explore sacred maroon sites, trek through untouched forest, and meet communities that continue to live in harmony with the land. Number 10. Blue Mountain Peak, Jamaica's roof above the clouds. Towering above Jamaica's lush eastern highlands, Blue Mountain Peak reaches a breathtaking 7,402 feet above sea level, making it the island's highest point. On clear mornings, climbers who reach the summit are rewarded with an incredible sight, the distant outline of Cuba, nearly 90 miles across the sea. The journey to the top is a rite of passage. Hikers wind through misty forests of bamboo and ferns, past waterfalls, orchids, and the occasional wild coffee plant. As you ascend, the tropical heat fades into cool mountain air, and the silence becomes profound. These same slopes produce some of the world's finest coffee, hand-harvested and globally revered. But Blue Mountain Peak is more than just a scenic hike or a coffee-growing region. It's a place steeped in cultural and spiritual meaning. Its dense forests once served as a sanctuary for Maroons, offering protection from slavery and colonial oppression. The peak remains a place of legends, reflection, and endurance. Number 9. Lignum vitae, the tree that sinks and heals. If any tree deserved superhero status, it would be Jamaica's national tree, the Lignum vitae, Latin for wood of life. This remarkable plant lives up to its name. Its wood is so incredibly dense and strong that it actually sinks in water, a rare quality in the natural world. This unusual trait made it one of the most sought-after woods in maritime history. For centuries, Lignum vitae was exported globally and used in ship propeller bearings, mallets, pulleys, and even bowling balls. Its natural oils give it a self-lubricating property, making it ideal for demanding mechanical tasks. But beyond its toughness, the Lignum vitae has long been revered for its healing properties. Its resin and bark were used in traditional medicine to treat ailments like colds, fevers, and arthritis. The tree itself is small and slow-growing, with striking blue-purple flowers that attract pollinators and add color to the Jamaican landscape. Number 8. Allspice, Jamaica's aromatic gift to the world. Think of a spice that smells like cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg all at once, and you've got allspice, one of Jamaica's most treasured exports. Also known as Jamaican pepper or pimento, allspice is native to the island and comes from small, dried berries grown on the lush allspice tree. It was first used by Jamaica's indigenous Taino people long before European colonizers recognized its culinary value. Today, allspice is at the heart of Jamaican jerk seasoning, infusing grilled meats with its signature warmth and depth. But the spice's reach extends far beyond the Caribbean. It's used in British pickling blends, American holiday desserts, and even Middle Eastern dishes. Beyond its flavor, allspice offers medicinal benefits, and its wood is sometimes used for smoking meats, adding an unmistakable island essence to every bite. For Jamaicans, allspice is more than an ingredient. It's a symbol of the land's abundance and influence. From backyard kitchens to global cuisine, it's one of Jamaica's most flavorful cultural ambassadors. Number 7. Kingston Harbor, the sleeping giant of the Caribbean. On Jamaica's southern coast lies a hidden marvel. Kingston Harbor, one of the largest natural harbors in the world. Spanning nearly 10 miles long and 2 miles wide, its calm, protected waters have shaped Jamaican history for centuries. From Spanish galleons and British merchant ships to today's global cargo fleets, Kingston Harbor has long been a gateway for trade, migration, and cultural exchange. Just outside its mouth once stood Port Royal, the infamous 17th-century city known as the wickedest city on earth, a pirate haven that sank into the sea after a massive earthquake in 1692. Today, those ruins still rest beneath the waves, a sunken reminder of Jamaica's turbulent past. But the harbor isn't just history. It's a living engine of the Jamaican economy, connecting the island to the wider world. Its mangrove-lined shores also shelter unique ecosystems, adding environmental richness to its economic role. Number 6. Queen Nanny, the warrior woman on Jamaica's $500 bill. Among Jamaica's national heroes, Queen Nanny of the Maroons stands in a league of her own. Born in the late 1600s, Queen Nanny wasn't just a fearless warrior. She was a spiritual leader, a master tactician, and a mother to a movement of resistance. Her leadership helped the Maroons defeat British troops in battle after battle, preserving the freedom of her people and protecting runaway slaves seeking refuge. Legend has it she could catch bullets in her hands and vanish into the forest like a ghost. Whether myth or reality, her name became synonymous with defiance and genius. In recognition of her legacy, Queen Nanny is one of the very few women in the world declared a national hero and the only woman on Jamaican currency. Her portrait appears on the $500 Jamaican note, a symbol of honor and strength. From monuments and schools bearing her name to festivals held in her memory, Queen Nanny remains a guiding light for generations of Jamaicans. She's not just a historical figure, she's an eternal emblem of female power, freedom, and resistance. Number 5. The Maroons. Jamaica's living legacy of freedom. High in the forests and mountains of Jamaica lies one of the island's most powerful stories, the enduring legacy of the Maroons. These remarkable communities descend from enslaved Africans who escaped bondage during the Spanish and British colonial eras, some as far back as the 1600s. Using their deep knowledge of the land, the Maroons waged successful guerrilla warfare against colonial armies, carving out fortified villages in remote regions like Cockpit Country and the Blue Mountains. The British, worn down by years of costly conflict, finally signed a treaty with the Maroons in 1739, an extraordinary agreement for its time. It granted them autonomy and land rights, officially recognizing them as a free and self-governing people within the colony. Today, Maroon settlements like Akampong and Moortown still preserve their unique languages, spiritual practices, and traditions. Annual celebrations honor their ancestors' resistance, with drum ceremonies and rituals echoing centuries of survival and strength. Number 4. Ackee, more than just a fruit. Jamaica's national dish, ackee and saltfish, isn't just delicious, it tells a powerful story of history, identity, and cultural blending. The ackee fruit was brought to the island from West Africa in the 18th century. Today, its trees thrive across Jamaica, producing bright red pods that split open to reveal soft yellow flesh and shiny black seeds. But ackee comes with a twist. If eaten before it opens naturally, it can be toxic. Jamaicans have learned to respect the fruit's timing, waiting for the pods to open on their own before cooking. When prepared correctly, ackee is sautéed with salted codfish, onions, peppers, and spices, creating a creamy, savory dish that's a staple on breakfast tables across the island. Ackee and saltfish is more than a meal. It's a celebration of African heritage, Jamaican resilience, and culinary ingenuity. Every bite carries centuries of survival and flavor, and for many Jamaicans, it tastes like home. Number 3. The enigmatic Dr. Bird, Jamaica's national treasure. No other bird quite embodies Jamaica like the Dr. Bird. Officially called the red-billed streamer-tail, this stunning hummingbird is found only in Jamaica. With long, streamer-like tail feathers that shimmer in sunlight and wings that buzz like a whisper, it's a sight you won't forget. Locals call it the Dr. Bird because its black crest and long tail resemble the formal coats once worn by 18th century doctors. But this bird is more than a visual wonder. It's a symbol of resilience, grace, and the island's mystical charm. You'll spot Dr. Birds flitting through mountain forests and backyard gardens, feeding on nectar from bright tropical blooms. Their iridescent feathers have inspired poems, paintings, and folklore. They even grace Jamaica's currency. To catch a glimpse of one is to see a living gem, and a reminder that Jamaica's natural beauty is truly one of a kind. Number 2. Life in Jamaica. What it's really like to live on the island. Thinking of moving to Jamaica or just curious about daily life beyond the beaches? Let's talk about what it really means to live on this legendary island. First, the cost of living. Jamaica is generally more affordable than North America or Western Europe, but it's not a bargain across the board. Rent for a modest apartment in Kingston or Montego Bay ranges from $700 to $1,200 US, with utilities adding around $150. Local produce, seafood, and street food like jerk chicken are delicious and budget-friendly, but imported goods? Be ready for sticker shock. Dining out costs around $12 to $18 at mid-range restaurants, while a tasty street meal might be just a few dollars. As for settling down, there are a few visa paths, like the Jamaica Welcome Stamp for remote workers or retirement options for long-term stays. But if you're looking to work locally, you'll need a job offer first. Tourism, education, agriculture, and digital gigs are the most accessible fields, though wages are typically much lower than Western standards. That's why many expats rely on remote income or pensions. Healthcare is a mix. Public hospitals are free for residents but can be crowded. Private clinics offer faster service at a cost. Expect to pay $30 to $50 per doctor's visit and a few $100s annually for private insurance, which is highly recommended. Number 1. Jamaica's renewable energy revolution. In a bold move towards sustainability, Jamaica is rapidly transforming its energy future. By the year 2030, the country aims to generate 50% of its electricity from renewable sources, including solar, wind, hydro, and biomass. That's a massive shift for an island that has long depended on imported oil. Solar farms now blanket regions like Clarendon and Westmoreland, while wind turbines spin steadily in the breezy hills of Manchester at sites like the Wigton Wind Farm. Even agricultural waste, like sugarcane byproducts, is being converted into clean biomass energy. Schools, hotels, and businesses are also stepping up, installing rooftop solar panels and reducing their carbon footprints. This is more than just environmental policy. It's about energy independence, saving money, and preserving Jamaica's stunning natural beauty. And if successful, Jamaica could become a shining example to other island nations searching for a greener path.